Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hilltopper Hooligans podcast. I'm Michael House, joined alongside Zane Grinstead today. We're going to be talking about the bowl game, obviously, because that was amazing. And a little bit of track and field, maybe, probably. Yeah, I wish I could have been in Dallas. That would have been awesome. But I couldn't have. We're also going to be talking about other bowl games happening right now. And we're going to start out right now with the bowl game. And Zane, did you watch the bowl game today? If you say no, you are eliminated from the podcast.
Yes, I obviously watched it because I'm a real fan. It was good. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, Zane got on the phone and he was like, "What an amazing game!" He's like, I cried whenever they won. And then, so congratulations, WKU Football and WKU Sports for their big win today. Tops on top. No one else on top. Western Michigan is the wrong Western now. We are now the best Western. So the Hilltoppers drove 36 yards in 27 seconds before the game winner. Whenever we took the ball over, did you think that we had a shot to win it at all?
Wait, what?
So whenever we got the ball, whenever Western Michigan turned it over, did you think there was a chance, the slightest bit, that we would actually win?
I don't know, because that story, he didn't play that good. I mean, his stats showed that he played kind of good, but I feel like he isn't that good of a quarterback. So, I didn't really think we.
Did you just say that Ty Story isn't that good of a quarterback?
Yes, I have my opinions.
Oh my! Ty Story is a great quarterback, and Ty, if you're listening, I'm sorry,
Ty. I'm speaking my opinion. Other people have opinions.
Yeah, I think Ty Story is the greatest quarterback to ever play at Western Kentucky. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'd say it'd be Dowdy, definitely. Or Willie T. Willie T. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I think Ty Story might be better than Mike White. Maybe.
Mike White. Mike White was
about on the same level. But was he the quarterback? Was he the quarterback in 2015?
Wait, what?
Or was it Dowdy? Who was the quarterback in 2015?
I think it was Dowdy.
Yeah. And Ty Story has the highest completion percentage since 2015. Since 2015, whenever it was Dowdy. He has a better completion. Ty Story has a better completion percentage than Mike White did.
I don't care.
Oh, okay. No. Mike White.
That doesn't show anything.
This is the best three quarterbacks we've had for a while. Stephen Duncan threw too many interceptions. I mean, Shanley. We'll just say he wasn't the best. Who else do we have? Yeah, but last year he wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Kavaris Thomas. He was he hasn't really even played except for I remember him coming into the game one time. He threw one pass that was an interception. So that's about what we have. Yeah, that's what we have on Kavaris Thomas. Let's see. So have fun down there, WKU tonight in Dallas, celebrating the win without me and Zane.
Yep.
Zane and I are very lonely down here in Bowling Green as we did not make the visit.
Should have rode the fan bus. I'm joking.
Yeah, we should have. It would have been a 15-hour drive. Some dude gave away. Oh, actually 30 because down and back. Some dude gave away 6 free tickets. Me and Zane were about to cop. Zane would have been like living the dream.
Yep.
Let's see. Expert Betting Network they just started doing bowl projections like just now, and they're off to a 2-0 start. They picked WKU to win today against WMU, Western Michigan. And don't miss Capital One Bowl Mania continuing on. Zane, did you do a Bowl Mania?
Nope.
Zane did not do a Bowl Mania. But I just didn't. They're very fun. I'm doing pretty good right now. 2,000 in that 2,000 range right now. Picked WKU to win, got it right. But I also picked Louisville to win, and I'm pretty sure they're getting killed right now. Or they got killed.
Won.
I mean, Mississippi State, I picked them to win.
Yeah, Mississippi State lost.
Yeah, they made a bit of a comeback. 38-28 was the final, and that one, Samuel Lopez will be upset, a fellow member of Bowling Green High School. It was the final event of the decade for WKU sports.
Yep.
And a victory on national TV. What more could you ask for, Zane?
Nothing more.
Yeah. Do you think it's been a good decade for WKU or not?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I feel like we could have did more with like some other sports like basketball, but I mean,
I thought it would be very far up there in basketball right now. My projections for the last 2 to 3 years have been us being amazing and not turned out too well. So what a finish for the decade, though. On a game-winning kick from Corey Munson, the freshman.
Yep.
And there's some Corey Munson haters out there. Are you a Corey Munson hater, or are you a Corey Munson big fan?
I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan, too. He's a freshman, and people need to remember that. And some people think he's terrible, but then I have to remind them that he's a freshman.
I like how he missed the 29-yard field goal, and then he made a 52-yard one to win the game.
Yeah, well, we were saying whenever we were driving down the field, before he made that one field goal, we thought that he might lose the game for us if he had to kick a deep one. But then he made that big one long field goal from 52 yards. Insane kick from Munson. And Hilltopper fans were going crazy. There was only like 3 penalties the whole entire game.
Oops.
Zane's showing us a picture of his leg currently.
I didn't mean to do that.
There was only 3 penalties the whole entire game. And what were you thinking at the end whenever they kept on stopping play? I had no clue. I did not think at all that they were going to say that it was another flag, 2 flags in a row.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what it reminds me of? Can you think of what it's reminding me of from last year?
I can't remember.
ODU.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever ODU played in Bowling Green, but it was like the exact opposite of this game, but for us pretty much. But I'd say that was an even crazier finish. I mean, that was absolutely insane. So we're going to take a look back, and wow. So their quarterback, he had the ball, and they gave him the option, and then he tripped. And they literally could have won the game right there. He might have scored it. I don't think he would have scored a touchdown, but he would have got pretty far into the red zone. But he tripped. And then also, their quarterback, I've got to say, he is not very smart for going for it. Or their coach is not very smart for going for it instead of kicking a field goal like in that last bit of their possession before we won the game. Would you have kicked a field goal if you were the coach? Or not? I guess not.
Yeah, I would.
Oh. Okay. He said he would. Yeah, I would have too. Big Red was happy out of WKU for the win. One of the most iconic mascots in the nation. I think he's the greatest mascot in the nation. The Western Michigan mascot Let's look at the Western Michigan mascot real quick. Do you know what the Western Michigan mascot is, Zane? He is a Bronco. He is literally a horse, and he just has a jersey on, and that's all he does. Just a horse walking around in a jersey.
Wow.
Are you hearing me? Okay, Zane.
Yes.
Okay. I think we got disconnected for a second to everyone listening. It kept on glitching a little bit, but we're back. We're back better than ever. So here's a Corey Munson fan, and I'm going to brighten up what he said a little bit because he went a little crazy on Twitter. He says, "That's beautiful. LOL. WKU kicker is a horrible one, but drills a game-winning 52-yarder to erase all the crap people were saying about him. LOL sports." So he might have been a Corey Munson hater because he called him terrible. He's not even terrible. I mean, he's made a field goal from 48 yards. His percentage, he's made more than he's missed this year as a freshman. Better than the kickers we previously had. Better than Alex Ranella, also on the team. And so I feel good about where Corey Munson is, and he's just a freshman. We're going to have him for 4 more years. So it's straight and true.
Aren't we going to have a punter for 4 years too?
John Haggerty, I'm not sure if he might be a freshman. Let me look. He is a junior. No, we only have him for next year.
Connection lost.
Next year's going to be his last year. He's good, too. He didn't have his best game today, but he still didn't play bad. So it was a random little game today. I never would have thought that would have happened at the end. I was not expecting the unexpected like that. We had a huge stop with at the Western Michigan. We had a huge stop on him to get the ball back at our side of the field with about less than a minute remaining, and we won the ball game. After 3 quarters, the score was WKU 17-10 in the First Responders Bowl in Dallas, Texas. And the momentum just kept on shifting back and forth pretty much. Did you notice all the momentum shifts, Zane?
I feel like we had a bunch of turns that my story had. And
yeah,
he could have did what?
Yeah, he had 2 picks, I think. One was a pick 6, really wasn't his fault.
Yeah, I think that was his fault. He should have made a smarter decision.
No, I mean, he couldn't really tell that guy came out of nowhere. Ty Story's fantastic. He knows what to do out there. Don't come at my man Ty, Zane.
He's super inconsistent. That's what I gotta say.
What? Score was 10-10 at the half in the First Responder Bowl in Dallas, Texas. And then WNKY was there covering the game as well, along with the Daily News. They were powered by Graves Gilbert and Leach Minato and Bowling Green. We trailed at the end of the first quarter 3-0, but then we came back to win the game, as all of you all knew, probably at least, in Dallas, Texas, home of the SMU Mustangs. And you could tell that the SMU little pony, whatever they have, the Mustang, was still at the 50-yard line as it wasn't covered very good. You could tell it was there. Former WKU softball player Miranda Kramer was at the game. Do you remember Miranda, Zane?
No, because I didn't really pay attention to softball.
You don't watch softball? Softball was incredible whenever she was here. Also, shout out to Matt Jones and Hilligan's of Bowling Green. Matt Jones is a prominent UK sports bar in Lexington today. They had a watch party for WKU, and hopefully their fans will realize who the best team in Kentucky is. And they will switch over.
We had the best record.
Yeah, best record. Although we did lose to Louisville, if Ty Story would have been playing, we would have won, I think. Maybe not won, but it would have been close. Yeah.
I think our play calling changed. That's what helped us and helped Ty Story. That's why people say Ty Story was good, because we changed their play calling. I don't know. I might be wrong. Do you know if Kentucky won today?
They don't play. They play tomorrow.
Oh, I thought they played today.
Louisville won. I did too. Coaches need to. Actually, have you seen the NFL lately with all these coaching changes going around?
Yeah.
I think it was a joke.
The Redskins made a coaching change.
You know who needs to make a owner change is the Cleveland Browns, and I really don't know why they fired their coach Freddie Kitchens, because they've had a turnaround year and not really that big of a down year.
Baker Mayfield isn't really that good, in my opinion, either.
They're turning it around though. But they need to fire their owner and not their coach. Freddie Kitchens did a pretty good job his first year, I would say. It's 750 miles away. It takes a 750-mile journey to Bowling Green and a 10-hour car ride at best. I usually go down to Frisco to watch the basketball tournament, and that's about an hour even more down the road.
Gosh, they need to make that basketball tournament further up.
I don't know. I kind of like it, but it would be nicer that way. Wave 3 Sports out of, let's see, where is Wave 3 Sports? It's a news channel in, I think, New Albany, maybe. New Albany. And they didn't even mention WKU playing in the First Responders Bowl today. I mean, they didn't say anything about it, and that's a local channel in New Albany, maybe Indiana. I thought Wave 3 was in Kentucky, but I guess not. But they didn't say anything about it. City of Owensboro didn't really do anything. I think they were going to somebody put on Twitter a thought, would you all be excited for WKU basketball to play a regular season game at the Owensboro Sports Center in Owensboro?
Where's that?
I don't know, somewhere in Owensboro. Yeah, but I don't really think I would like that too much.
Yeah.
But
what's the point of that?
Yeah, please, says the people of Owensboro. They say WKU needs to be more involved, and there's nothing of WKU athletics that people in the city of Owensboro knew. We're going to talk real quick about track here in their decade, because they have had an absolutely outstanding decade. We'll probably talk a little bit of volleyball in their decade too. Track and field, they have 17 conference championships in the decade, 93 All-American performances, and countless records set. Eric Jenkins in his era was absolutely outstanding. We have a good friend named Donnie Fry who ran for WKU. He ran track. He said he doesn't like Jenkins too well, though. So I wonder, he said he didn't like his personality, and none of them really liked him. But he was a great coach, and they got Chumbley coming in now to coach cross country, and he'll be an assistant for track, I think. Forgot what the new track coach's name is. But also volleyball here real quick now. We'll take a quick little dive in. They also gave their recap for the decade. They've had 8 NCAA tournament appearances. That's 8 out of 10 years. 15 combined conference championships. And 293 wins. 15 out of 20 combined conference championships. 293 wins. Zane, have you ever been to a Western volleyball game?
Yes, I went to the the tournament this year.
Western
Louisville.
Louisville. Yeah, I wish I could have gotten to that one, but I went to the one right before it. I mean, what a decade for WKU volleyball, don't you think? Yeah. Travis Hudson, Eric Jenkins, probably the best 2 coaches of the decade, if I had to say, being honest. And maybe a third, Jeff Brom. I forgot about Jeff Brom. Sorry about that. Bobby Petrino brought in a lot of talent, and maybe even Tyson Helton making his way up. Rick Stansberry on the bit of the downfall right now, but he is getting there too. So be sure to come back and listen to the Hilltopper Sports Podcast. I am Michael, and this is
Hilltopper.
No, you're supposed to say your name. Zane. And this is the Hilltopper Hooligans Podcast. The Hooligans. As Zane, this is going to be it for Zane now, and this is the end of our podcast. Thank you all again for listening. Peace out.